Alright, the point of this video is to show you just how quick and easy it is to get a new Schoology course up and running for you and your students. So once you log into Schoology, and you want to make sure you're at schoology.d49.org, your layout might look something like this, depending on what your current settings are. And then we'll click on the Courses tab up top. That's going to show any courses that you're currently enrolled in or that you're the administrator of. Then if you want to create your own, we're going to click on this tab here, My Courses over in the corner. And again, that just shows a different layout of the courses that you are currently a part of. But then to the right, it says Manage Courses. And we're going to click that blue button and choose to create course. From here, it gives you a few options of how you want to put those basic settings in place. Now for school, it probably defaults to whatever your home school is that you are connected to, so you want to make sure that is right. You'll see which ones have the little asterisk next to it that you have to fill in something for, and usually those are the only things that you will need to do if you're just getting started. So course name, I'm just going to pretend that I teach 5th grade. I'm just going to call it 5th grade. Course code, no reason to do that. If you're teaching at the secondary level, then you might do different things for course code or different section names so that you can have, the same course name but a different section. But we'll just keep that simple for now. We'll keep that as section 1. Subject area, I'm going to go ahead and just select math for now. And these things really aren't going to make any difference. So if I choose math and later on choose that I want to do other subjects too, that's not going to be a factor for what I'm doing. And then for level, you can choose whichever level or just click no on that. This part can sometimes trick people, the grading period. It can be a little confusing because there's a lot of choices there. Some different schools have set up different terms that are just very specific, and then they're all there for everyone to choose from. If they are grayed out, that means that the course dates are not current as of today. If they're there in bold, that means those dates are following for now. And then at the very bottom, you have unlimited for this one. Just for the sake of the course, I'm just going to click on unlimited, and that's something I can go back and change if I want to. I'm going to click on the green create button, and then my course has been created. You see the course name there, and then add materials would be your main way of getting any assignments or information to your students once they log in. So we'll play with that in a second. But on the left, you see some of the different features. We have updates, gradebook, grade setup. Those would be the main ones that you might use, but as you get more comfortable, there's lots of other things. And as I mentioned before, there is a whole course with the district that you can take. This here is a nice feature, Edit Picture. That's the picture that students will see when they click on the Courses tab. So it might be nice to put a picture that relates to your class so they can easily find your course when they log in. Other thing on this left side that's important is the access code. So using that, you write on the whiteboard, email it to students, however you want to do it. But when students go to their Courses tab, they can join your course by typing that in exactly as it's laid out there. They only have to do it one time, and then after that, their course will show up in their Courses tab and be ready just to click on. So that first time logging in for them is always one that takes some extra time, but that is there on the left column for you. All right, and then from there, we have add materials. So this is your way of getting different information to the students. You're obviously taking a Schoology course right now, so you've seen some of these in action, and maybe you've used some of them yourself. So we have a folder that would just be for organization purposes. You can add an assignment. That would be where students turn something into you, such as a Google Doc or a Microsoft Word, something like that. Test or quiz, that one's getting phased out, so you do want to avoid that one. And instead use the add assessment. The assessment tool is really nice. You're creating a test or assessment for students, and it has lots of different tools that you can use. They match some of the state tests that are out there now. So we have drag and drop, multiple choice, short answer, clicking on highlighted images, all kinds of options. You could add just a file or link for students to click on. You could add a discussion board. You could add just a page for information. Maybe add a media album or add a package, and those are ones that at this point you probably won't use. And then you can also save things on Schoology, and that would be these bottom things, importing from resources. But if you're just getting started, your main ones are going to be up top. I'm just going to quickly show you a page. I'm going to add a page. And it just pops up. I'm just going to call this one Welcome. And then that'll be the title that they see, and then here's the message they'll get when they click on it. Welcome to the class. Schoology does default to a pretty small font, so you might want to make that bigger. I'm going to click Create, and then right away you're going to show that pop up for them. So it has the little icon to the left that shows that it's a page, has your title, click on it, and there's the message that I gave. On those pages, you could add YouTube videos, links, different color fonts, different sizes, all kinds of information. But you would obviously want to use the page when you're just giving information. I'm going to show you just a couple more. So I'm going to go ahead and add a discussion. And this one I'm going to call Introduction. You had a similar one that you've already gone through in the course. And I'm going to say, please introduce yourself to the class. Now, obviously, when you're working with students, you're going to want to give really clear expectations of exactly what you want them to do. But for this, just giving you a sample of what that looks like. And then you see on the left that it is set up as a discussion board. So when students go and click through that, they'll actually have the chance at the bottom of that page to type in and comment. Now we click on them, and then I can edit it or delete it from there. You can use the top to go back and forth. On the main screen, when you click on the gear button, you have more options of different things you might want to do. And important thing to remember at Schoology is you cannot break anything. So play around in there, try it out. When I try something new, I always pull a couple students over and try it out with just them before I introduce it to the whole class. But yeah, it definitely takes practice and things like that to get used to it. Let me just go ahead and look at those. If I add the assignment, it's still going to show up with the similar format of name, description, and then you just have more options down below of what you want students to be able to have. So there's different ways you could assign it, like through Google Drive. You can set it up into different grading categories. You can set it up with different scales of how it'll be graded. If that stuff intimidates you, don't worry about it. It's almost always the default is very student-friendly as it is. So don't let all those other options scare you away. Just by using the defaults, you'll be able to put together some amazing things for students. And then you can kind of work on those once you get going. So it's important to just kind of jump in and try it. All right, so that's a brief overview of Schoology. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to get started. You can get a lesson going right away with students, throw a YouTube video on there with a discussion board, and have students get on and try that out. So have fun with that.